Ladies and gentlemen, boys or girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of the 99 Names. I'm your host Bilal Khan. I am here with Ammar AlShukry.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
And in this tag along, we've got the name
AlJabbar.
AlJabbar. Ammar AlJabbar.
Hey.
Shout out to you, buddy.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Shout out to you, buddy.
Ammar knows Kareem so well, right? So I remember watching an episode of Full House where what was the name of the eldest girl?
DJ Tanner.
DJ. And she goes to Joey, hey, we just got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to come to our school or whatever, right? And Joey's like, great, you got all three of them.
I don't get it.
Like they thought Kareem, Abdul, and Jabbar.
Oh.
Three different names.
Wow. I'm just going to let that die. We're not going to edit this. We're just going to leave the silence.
You know, the funny thing is those episodes.
No, there is no funny thing here. There's nothing funny.
Those episodes of Full House were filmed in front of a live audience. And when they made that bit, people laughed.
Yeah.
Maybe that joke is 20 years too old.
Maybe. Although I don't really think it was funny back then, but nonetheless,
King of Corn.
Forgive us, please. We are going now to the name Al-Jabbar. So, Al-Jabbar. Al-Jabbar, A-L-J-A-B-B-A, and you can add another A if you want, R, or in Arabic, Alif Lam Jim Ba Alif Ra. Al-Jabbar with a shadda on the ba. Al-Jabbar is interesting because it is an attribute that when it's creation has it, it's blameworthy. It's not a good attribute to have.
What does it mean?
If you say that so and so is Jabbar, it means they're tyrannical.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of it's similar in the sense of like if somebody is if a creation has kibr, is blameworthy. So similarly, Al-Jabbar is in that same category.
Yes.
So that would be an interesting thing. Just a note to self is that what are all the names of Allah that is praiseworthy for Allah to have, but is blameworthy for the creation to embody?
Yes. Because Jabr has the connotation, one of the meanings is to compel people. Okay. And that's what a tyrant does, right? Okay. The tyrant compels people to do things. However, Allah Azza wa Jal compels people to do things. Allah compels you and I and everybody else to look a certain way, to be a certain way. He's the one who fashioned us. He's the one who formed us. He's the one who designs our breaths and our heartbeats and our nerves, and all of that is under the control of Allah in our wakefulness and in our sleep, right? So all of that is under the Allah's compelling. Yeah. And so Muhammad ibn Ka'b, he said he was called a Jabbar because يجبر الخلق على ما أراده. He compels. Yajburu, the word jabr means to compel people to whom whatever he wishes.
So jabr, so algebra.
Yes, because algebra compels people to change their majors. It compels people to drop medicine and drop their hopes of being scientists. And from 7th grade, it compels people out of the sciences. You become an art student, or you become a literature major or a history major. He's called Al-Jabbar. So that's the first meaning of Al-Jabbar. Okay. He compels. And hence, we said it's tyrannical when it comes to human beings. And hence, Allah Azza wa Jalla in Surah Maryam, both Jesus and John the Baptist, both of them refute this attribute from themselves. They deny this attribute. Okay. So, Yahya, he says he was not created to be Jabbar, Asiya, a disobedient Jabbar. And Isa alayhi salam, he says, and Allah did not make me Jabbar and Asiya. He didn't make me a tyrannical.
What's Asiya?
Asiya means disobedient.
Disobedient. Okay.
Ma'asiya, if you've heard of that.
Okay.
Asa, it means to disobey. وَبَرًّا بِوَالِدَتِي. Isa says, وَبَرًّا, and he made me have bir to my walida, to my mother. Okay. وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْنِي جَبَّارًا عَصِيًا. And he didn't make me Jabbar Asiya, disobedient tyrant. Okay. Now Allah is Al-Jabbar because number one, he compels. Number two, the second meaning is a beautiful meaning, and that is يَجْبُرُ كَسْرَهُمْ. He fixes their brokenness.
To mend.
Yes.
Okay.
يَجْبُرُ كَسْرَهُمْ. The one who fixes their brokenness or to mend.
يَجْبُرُ كَسْرَهُمْ. So, يَجْبُرُ كسرهم.
Yes. You may have a friend or a family member who's super valuable to you. They're the ones who clean up after you, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
They're the ones who fix your mistakes. You get yourself into trouble and you call them and they bail you out of trouble.
Okay.
Allah does that for all of His creation. He fixes our brokenness. He fixes our broken hearts. He fixes our broken bodies.
So AlJabbar is one who mends as well. As well as the one. So how do you, because they seem like two very different meanings. The one who compels, right? In a forceful kind of way. Whereas if a human were doing it, they would be tyrannical. And then at the same time, the name also comes down to the one who mends. It sounds very...
When you mend, aren't you compelling the pieces back together?
Oh, you're forcing them back together.
It could be.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just trying to analyze your question, but couldn't be? Couldn't that be one way to do it?
Okay. Okay.
You're bringing things back together.
Cool. So you're compelling the things to come back together.
I mean, do you choose to have a broken heart?
No.
It's compelled on you. And then all of a sudden, when your heart heals, did you choose for it to be healed? You see what I'm saying? Because if it was in your control in the first place, wouldn't your heart heal the second it breaks?
Would have broken?
Yeah. It wouldn't have broken in the first place,
Yeah.
right? And so all of this is all under the control of Allah,
Okay.
right? And so Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one who heals. Allah is the one, and hence the famous story, even though it doesn't seem that it's authentic, but the famous story of Hajjaj ibn Yusuf and Sa'id ibn Jubair.
Okay.
Do you know that story?
What's the story?
Hajjaj was a great tyrant.
Yeah.
And of the Umayyads, and Sa'id ibn Jubair was a student of Abdullah ibn Abbas, who was, he filled the earth with his knowledge, Sa'id ibn Jubair. But he revolted against the Umayyads.
Okay.
And he became a fugitive.
Okay.
And Hajjaj ibn Yusuf,
pretty much every other person.
after 10 years,
Yeah.
he finds Sa'id ibn Jubair living outside of Mecca in a town. And he summons him and he asks him the question. And he says, "What's your name?" When Sa'id ibn Jubair comes to the court of Al-Hajjaj, he says to him, "My name is Sa'id ibn Jubair."
Okay.
And he says to him, Hajjaj says to him, "But rather you are Shaqi ibn Kusayr. You are Shaqi ibn Kusayr." Sa'id means the happy,
Okay.
the son of Jubair, the one who fixes. And he says, rather you are Shaqi, the wretched, the son of the broken, ibn Kusayr. And then he says, he's basically just insulting him, playing with his words. And so Sa'id said to him, "My mother knows my name better than you did."
Okay.
Talking to Al-Hajjaj. And then Al-Hajjaj says to him, do you admit that you committed kufr by breaking your allegiance to Banu Umayyah, to the Khalifa?
They would call that committing kufr if you broke allegiance?
Hajjaj ibn Yusuf, when he was doing his inquisition, anybody who revolted against the Umayyads, he would make them either admit that they committed kufr, or he would have them killed.
Wow. Okay. Oh, he did it to Sahaba too.
Yes. And so, he killed some Sahaba. He killed Abdullah ibn Zubair and others.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point here is we go back to the name Jubair. Hajjaj ibn Yusuf ended up killing Sa'id ibn Jubair, and he ended up being the last person that's Hajjaj ibn Yusuf killed.
Is that the one where he's having nightmares?
Yes.
But how did Hajjaj die?
He just died.
Oh, he just okay.
Yeah, he just died. He just outlived him for a number of days, and then he passed away. But the point here is that the name Jabbar, the two major ideas of it, Jabbar is the one who compels.
Sa'id bin Jubair, because that's the name Jubair coming from Jabbar.
Exactly.
There's another...
Jabr means to fix.
Jabr means to fix. That's where algebra comes from. Is that you're fixing the equation?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. You're trying to solve for x and we'll fix that equation. Because you have a variable that's unknown.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a fan of algebra, so...
Come on, man. Mathematics.
No love.
It's
no love from me.
Economics, technology, everything. The fact that we have pixel aspect ratios on the very cameras we're recording on, and how to transition that from HD and 4K and all that. It's all algebra, bro.
Okay. Thank you.
And then there's also the famous traveler from Al-Andalus during the time of Salah ad-Din Ayyubi, Ibn Jubair, who was commissioned to get a snapshot of the Muslim world, and that's what we know about Salahuddin today is through his own travels across. So, but he's not the same Sa'id bin Jubair of course not.
But to bring it back to the concept of Jabbar, what are two action items from the name of Jabbar? Number one is that if you are suffering at the hands of a Jabbar, that you realize that Allah Azza wa Jalla is above them and that you seek Allah's assistance against them.
Okay.
Number two, and so a Jabbar and
so
Al-Qahar,
if you're suffering in algebra,
yeah, Al-Jabbar and Al-Qahar and these names that invoke Allah's power and might, these are names that every weak person and everyone who is overpowered should invoke.
Yeah.
And then the second is a threat for a person who is a Jabbar.
Okay.
Right? And it's the same thing for a person who is a Qahar, that you don't be deluded by your strength and your ability and your power and your ability to compel others and force others and all of that, and recognize that there will come a day when you will be weak, undoubtedly. There will come a day when you will be in need, undoubtedly. And Allah Azza wa Jalla is over all of us. And that's a Jabbar. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam, taslima kathira.